AI was not used in the creation of this podcast. This is the Social Geek Radio Network. It's the Franchise News Podcast for Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. I'm Jack Monson, and I read the news so you don't have to. Today's news is brought to you by Career Plug and the franchise marketing agency, Thunderly. As America continues to celebrate 250 years, join Thunderly for American Dreamers. It's the series of short videos telling the stories of some amazing American small business owners. This week, meet Corey Boxall, franchisee with Team Logic. Check it out now on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and at thunderlymarketing.com/American-Dreamers. In the news, Jersey Mike's IPO last week on the New York Stock Exchange raised slightly over $1 billion. The brand, now led by CEO Charlie Morrison, has a valuation of $7.3 billion. Last week in D.C., the U.S. House Education and Workforce Committee passed the American Franchise Act. The legislation now heads for the House floor for consideration. It would provide long-term stability for the joint employer standard that has changed 4 times in the past decade. Mike Lehman, IFA Chief Advocacy Officer, said, after a decade of changing regulations that has put the entire franchise model at risk, the American Franchise Act is the solution hundreds of thousands of franchise owners and their employees need to end this needless whiplash, which has cost jobs and Main Street business growth. Panera Bread is moving its headquarters from St. Louis to the Boston area, scheduled for July 2027. CEO Paul Carbone said the move is part of a transformation plan called Panera Rise, which includes a menu overhaul and changes to the loyalty program. As smoke from ongoing wildfires in Canada and the western U.S. continue to drift across much of the country, Zbart is urging drivers to check on their vehicles to ensure they remain clean and clear in this period. President and CEO Thomas A. Wolfe said, as vehicles are one of the places we spend most of our time each day, protecting both the exterior and interior has never been more important. To help drivers protect their vehicles during periods of poor air quality, Zbart recommends don't dry wipe ash off your vehicle. Ash and soot particles can scratch paint when rubbed across the surface. Also, protect your paint with a ceramic coating or paint sealant. Replace your cabin air filter, use your vehicle's recirculation mode, and clean your vehicle's interior thoroughly. Milestones this week include Capriotti's Sandwich Shop turning 50. CEO Ashley Morris said, our 50th anniversary is all about creating momentum for the future while we celebrate our history. The growth we've seen through the first half of this year shows the strength of our brand and of our franchise partners. Career moves and people news coming up next, brought to you by Career Plug, the franchise hiring experts. Hiring is harder in 2026 than it was a year ago. If you're feeling it across your network, you're not imagining it, and Career Plug has the data to prove it. The 2026 Service Franchise Hiring Report breaks down what's actually working across 7 service industries, so you know exactly where to focus. Purpose-built for franchise systems and free to download. Get your copy now at offers.careerplug.com/franchise-report. We'll have the link to that in today's show notes. In People News, Shannon Truesdell Curry joins Celebree School as Director of Franchise Operations. Also at Celebree, Kristen Miller is named VP of Education. Kilwins welcomes Kelly Schroeder as Chief Development Officer, succeeding our friend Ron Galbraith, who's retiring. Pinch A Penny has appointed John Mansfield as president. At Yum Brands, Nay De Leon is named Chief People and Culture Officer, and Maria Cacciapuati is named Chief Operations Officer at KFC Global. Lori Klein is promoted to VP of Partnerships at Extraordinary Brands. Ziggy's Coffee names Stacy Poole Chief Growth Officer. Matt Wilson has been promoted to Chief Operating Officer at Nuke's Eatery. Always Best Care Senior Services names Rachel Vaughn as Chief Marketing Officer. The Siegel Group and Amazing Brands announced the appointment of Jen Johnston as CMO. Kate Telenko joins Bojangles as Brand and Creative Manager, and OxyFresh Carpet Cleaning promoted Chris Antelak to President. Congratulations to all. Let's get loud. In events news, the first two events of the second half of 2026 are both from the IFA. The IFA Advocacy Summit is September 14th through the 16th in D.C. Make your voice count on Capitol Hill and join us for all of the great networking events. Go to franchise.org for more info. And the IFA World Franchise Show is September 25th and 26th in Fort Lauderdale. Last year's show was amazing. This year's event will be even bigger. To register or reserve your booth, visit ifafranchiseshow.com. And that's the way it is in the franchise community. Thank you for listening and staying connected on the Social Geek Radio Network.